నమస్తే నేను శ్రీలత వెల్కమ్ టు స్పెషల్ రిపోర్ట్. ముంబై వేదికగా విజన్ తెలంగాణ ఆవిష్కృతమైంది. నాస్కామ్ ఆధ్వర్యంలో జరిగిన టెక్నాలజీ లీడర్షిప్ ఫోరం 2020లో మంత్రి కేటీఆర్ పాల్గొన్నారు. తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్ర అభివృద్ధికి తీసుకుంటున్న చర్యలు, దేశ నిర్మాణంలో తెలంగాణ పాత్రను వివరించారు. మార్చ్ టు $5 ట్రిలియన్ ఎకానమీ రియాలిటీ ఆర్ అంబిషియస్ అనే అంశంపై కేటీఆర్ ప్రసంగించారు. దేశం మరింత అభివృద్ధి చెందాలంటే ఇన్నోవేషన్, ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్, ఇంక్లూజివ్ గ్రోత్ అనే 3I మంత్ర పాటించాలన్నారు మంత్రి కేటీఆర్. బెంగళూరు, హైదరాబాద్ లాంటి నగరాలు శరవేగంగా అభివృద్ధి చెందుతున్నాయని, అందుకు తగినట్లుగా మౌలిక వసతులు కల్పించాలని చెప్పారు. 2004 నుంచి 2014 వరకు సమైక్య పాలనలో తెలంగాణలో మౌలిక వసతుల కల్పనకు 54,000 కోట్లు మాత్రమే ఖర్చు చేశారన్నారు. తెలంగాణ ఏర్పడిన తర్వాత గడిచిన 5 ఏళ్లలో టీఆర్ఎస్ సర్కారు 1,64,000 కోట్లు వెచ్చించిందని తెలిపారు. ప్రపంచంలోనే అతిపెద్ద లిఫ్ట్ ఇరిగేషన్ ప్రాజెక్టును కేవలం 3 ఏళ్లలోనే పూర్తి చేశామన్నారు. తెలంగాణను సర్ప్లస్ పవర్ స్టేట్గా మార్చామని చెప్పారు. అలాగే ప్రతి ఇంటికి స్వచ్ఛమైన త్రాగునీరు సరఫరా చేస్తున్నామన్నారు. అన్ని రంగాల అభివృద్ధి లక్ష్యంగా టీఆర్ఎస్ సర్కారు ముందుకెళ్తున్నదని చెప్పారు. ఇతర రాష్ట్రాలు తెలంగాణను ఆదర్శంగా తీసుకుంటున్నాయని సంతోషం వ్యక్తం చేశారు.
I believe in the 3I mantra. If India really has to propel itself into the 5 trillion, the 10 trillion, the 15, 20, whatever numbers we can throw up, if we really have to get to that stage, I believe in the 3I mantra. The first I is innovation. India cannot afford to miss out on the innovation piece and the breakneck speed at which innovation is happening in our country today, in the world today. India cannot lose that opportunity. We have to do a lot more on innovation. In Hyderabad, in Telangana, we've done a T-Hub, we've done a T-Works. We are now going to have, in fact, by July, the world's largest technology incubator in Hyderabad. And we would be continuing this, in terms of innovating the tech space, innovation. And we look at innovation in 3 levels: the tech innovation, the ecosystem innovation, and also the corporate innovation. What do I mean corporate innovation? We have companies like UTC, we have companies like Boeing, we have companies like Carlsberg, etc., who work with our innovators in Hyderabad, who are looking to see how they can reshape and how they can disrupt their legacy processes. It's not just about tech innovation. I'm talking innovation socially. I'm talking innovation which is inclusive. All of these, India cannot afford to miss. That's the first point. The second I in my 3I mantra is infrastructure. Unfortunately, India's growth, while it has slowed down in the last couple of years, is still happening at such a furious pace that our infrastructure is not able to keep pace with it. The fact is, a city like Bangalore, a city like Hyderabad, which are growing faster because of largely thanks to the IT industry, which are growing at a breakneck speed today, are unable to cope up with the speed of growth. That's why you see the infrastructure crumbling. India's urban infrastructure especially is crumbling. What do we do for this? A state like Telangana, what have we done? From 2004 until 2014, before the state of Telangana was formed, the total money that was spent by the state in the Telangana region on capital expenditure and creating new assets was hardly 54,000 crores. Whereas our government, after we came into office in 2014, between 2014 and 19, in the last 5 years, we have spent 1,64,000 crores on capital expenditure on creating infrastructure. What do I mean infrastructure? We have created the world's largest lift irrigation project in Telangana in a span of 3 years. We have invested into making our state a power surplus state. And we've also invested in making sure each and every home in Telangana has a portable drinking water connection. We've spent $9 billion for this project, but we've completed it. So this is the kind of work, if each and every state picks up, with the support of Government of India, with the support of cheaper capital, from across the world, I think that's when this infrastructure infusion, this infrastructure augmentation will again take us forward. And the last I in my 3I mantra, which I've enunciated to Honorable Prime Minister, is inclusive growth. India cannot just grow in its cities. India cannot just grow on, its large metros. We have to take care of our smaller towns. We also have to take care of our villages. We cannot, again, operate in isolation. I think time has come for the IT industry also to think, and NASCOM also to think. 25 years ago, when the industry was taking shape in India, the IT industry focused on the larger towns: Delhi, Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Pune, etc. But I think time has come now, 2020. The larger towns can focus on emerging technologies. The larger towns can focus on the cutting edge research and development work that needs to be done, all the high tech stuff that has to happen. But the smaller towns, the tier 2 towns have abundant talent. And in fact, in my humble opinion, I believe there is a lot more fire in the belly in the smaller towns. So therefore, I'm sure Tech Mahindra and Cyient can move to a smaller town like Warangal and start their enterprises very efficiently and work very, very robustly. There's no reason why the other IT players in the country can't provide more opportunities to our tier 2 town youngsters. I just don't mean the rural-urban divide with respect to inclusive growth. I also would like to see more women in the workforce. I also would like to see more opportunities being given to the downtrodden. See, we have several schemes in Telangana. We have a V-Hub, a Women Entrepreneurs Hub. It is India's only hub which focuses on women entrepreneurs. We also have specific programs tailored toward Dalit entrepreneurs. We have specific tailored programs aimed at tribal entrepreneurs. So unless we create a large pool of entrepreneurs and innovators from various sections of the society, I think this 3I mantra has to play out across the country. The Telangana model has to be emulated by each and every state. And as each and every state emulates it, obviously more and more infusion into infrastructure, more and more capital expenditure, more and more assets being created. I think that's the only way forward for us to be able to reach that mark.
మౌలిక వసతుల కల్పనకు కేంద్రం నుంచి సహకారం అందడం లేదని మంత్రి కేటీఆర్ అన్నారు. తెలంగాణలో 19,000 ఎకరాల్లో అతిపెద్ద ఫార్మాసిటీ ఏర్పాటు చేస్తున్నామని తెలిపారు. అలాగే దేశంలోని అతిపెద్ద టెక్స్టైల్ పార్కును వరంగల్లో ప్రారంభించామన్నారు. వాటికి సహకారం అందించాలని కోరినా కేంద్రం స్పందించలేదని చెప్పారు. తెలంగాణ వంటి రాష్ట్రాల విధానాలు నచ్చి పెట్టుబడులు పెట్టేందుకు అనేక విదేశీ కంపెనీలు ముందుకొస్తున్నాయని తెలిపారు. అయితే కఠినతరమైన కేంద్రం నిబంధనలు వాటికి అడ్డంకిగా మారాయన్నారు. అభివృద్ధి కార్యక్రమాల కోసం భారీగా నిధులను ఖర్చు చేయనప్పుడు $5 ట్రిలియన్ ఆర్థిక వ్యవస్థను సాధించడం సవాలేనని చెప్పారు. ఈ సమస్యను పరిష్కరించేందుకు FRBM పరిమితులను కేంద్రం సవరించాలని సూచించారు.
Government of India needs to do a couple of things. See, today as a state, we have spent about 1,64,000 crores, like I said, in the last 5 years on capital creation, capital asset creation. But did government of India help me? Unfortunately, no. That's a blunt answer. I think government of India needs to shed its inhibitions with respect to FRBM limits that are imposed on a state. Today, my state's debt to GSDP ratio is at 20%. But if you look at a country like US, if you look at a country like Japan, we all know the size of American economy, we all know the size of Japanese economy, but they still continue to borrow. Their debt GDP ratio in America is 102%. The debt GDP ratio of Japan is over 200%. But debt GDP ratio of India as a country is around 48%. Debt GSDP ratio of my state is 20%. And I am accused as a state, even though I invest in capital creation, asset creation, I am accused of borrowing a lot. I am accused of not actually doing what I should be doing, which is trimming my expenditure. This whole conservative mindset, this whole imposing barriers in the way of states' growth. Department of Economic Affairs, for instance, they don't let us borrow directly from foreign institutions. They want us to go through them. And typically it's not allowed, it's disallowed. If we want to bring, I don't want to name names, but we had an investor from the Middle East who wanted to invest $10 billion in our state. He wanted to loan it to various infrastructure projects. Government of India did not let it happen. So these are the things they need to get out of. Government of India needs to be an enabler. They need to actually look at giving us access to more capital. Only then, I think, we'll be able to reach that mark. India actually needs to leverage its scale. We have to compete on scale. If we really have to compete with China, or if we really have to compete with any large manufacturing economy or country, we have to leverage scale. Today, Telangana is possibly the only state in the country. I'm not just doing my fiduciary responsibility and blowing my own trumpet, but it is a fact that I'm stating. Telangana is the only state in the country today which has actually come out with projects which are of global scale. We have conceptualized a large pharma cluster in 19,000 acres. This is going to be the world's largest pharma cluster. It is called Hyderabad Pharma City. We've already acquired land to the tune of 10,000 acres. We'll be completing the remaining land acquisition and we'll be going forward in phases, obviously. We also have, in fact, launched India's largest textile park in about 2,000 acres. in a town called Warangal. It's called Kakatiya Mega Textile Park. Why did we do these two projects? Because if India really has to compete with, say, Vietnam, Indonesia, Malaysia, all of them which are attracting large amount of manufacturing from China, moving away from China. The reason why they are attracting is not just because of the ease of doing business. It's also the incentives that are offered. It's also the economies of scale that, a large industrial park offers. And we reached out to Government of India. I'm not trying to bash up Government of India here, but I'm just merely stating a fact. We reached out to them. We said, sir, we are creating these two large parks. These are projects of national importance. They may be situated in Telangana, but they are projects of national importance because you can only have one park which spans out in 19,000 acres. You can't have many more parks like that in India. As you rightly pointed out, we are the pharmaceutical capital of India, pharmaceutical production capital of India, manufacturing capital of India for that sector especially. So we reached out to them. We said, please support us. Please give us, money for common effluent treatment solutions, common infrastructure creation. Unfortunately, the response has been very meek. Same is the case with Mega Textile Park. We reached out to the Textile Ministry. We said, we have to change this. Bangladesh cannot be manufacturing more than us. China cannot be doing 10 times more than us. We are at 4%. Bangladesh is at 12%. China is at 40% in terms of textiles and garments that are produced. So we reached out. We said, we have to compete on scale. Let's create something truly world-class together and please support us. What did we get? I'm sorry, but nothing.
కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వం ఆర్థిక నిబంధనల్ని సరళీకరించడంతో పాటు విధానాల రూపకల్పనలోనూ రాష్ట్రాలకు ప్రాధాన్యం ఇవ్వాలని మంత్రి కేటీఆర్ అన్నారు. సులభమైన నిబంధనలు ఉన్నప్పుడే ఇతర దేశాల తయారీ రంగాలతో భారత్ పోటీ పడగలుగుతుందని చెప్పారు. మనకన్నా చిన్న దేశాలైన వియత్నాం, బంగ్లాదేశ్ టెక్స్టైల్, ఎలక్ట్రానిక్స్ విభాగాల్లో ముందంజలో ఉన్న విషయాన్ని గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలని సూచించారు. అటు కేంద్ర నినాదమైన మేక్ ఇన్ ఇండియా కాస్త అసెంబ్లింగ్ ఇన్ ఇండియాగా మారిందని కేటీఆర్ అన్నారు. దాన్ని మార్చేందుకు కేంద్రం మరిన్ని చర్యలు తీసుకోవాలని చెప్పారు.
Government of India somehow has missed out, to give a, nice slogan like Make in India is fabulous. But the fact is, how do you go about delivering on the promise of Make in India? You can't just assemble in India. What's happening today is essentially assembling in India. Where is the real manufacturing happening? If you ask any of the states, any of the industry ministers from any of the state or any of the industry captains, largely it's assembly. Very little manufacturing, true, genuine manufacturing that's happening in India. How do you change this piece? Unless you create an opportunity and economy where the states are given more in terms of leeway, in terms of fiscal federalism, unless that comes into play, things will not move as quickly as we all would love to see them move. Now, coming to services sector, they have been the mainstay of our GDP now. I think 50% now. 50% of it actually reflects in the GDP. But again, there is so much that can be done. A country like Sri Lanka, a country like Malaysia, attracts much larger number of tourists than a huge country with amazing diversity. We've, come out with beautiful campaigns, Incredible India. Amitabh Kant has conceptualized it. But unfortunately, still the number of tourists we attract is very meager. IT, banking, financial services, insurance services, tourism, hospitality, these are all the sectors which further can be augmented with a well thought out plan, with a well thought out strategy. And I think Government of India needs to focus on these sectors where the states can be allowed, again, like I said, to play a larger role, in tandem, of course, with Government of India under the larger rubric. But we have to be able to do more. And now going back to agriculture and allied sectors. Telangana, again, has been a pioneering state with respect to agriculture. In fact, we conceptualized this farm input assistance to each and every acre, which eventually has been imitated and has been taken up by states like Odisha, Jharkhand, West Bengal, and eventually by Government of India under the name PM Kisan. We started about 3 years ago. We give out farm input assistance of rupees 12,000 per acre in 2 installments. The program is called Raitu Bandhu, which is showing fantastic results. The farmer suicides in Telangana have come down. The farm yields have grown, quintupled in fact, in the last 5 years. And the diversification of crops is also happening. Food storage facilities, in fact, have been improved by 6 times. We had 4 lakh metric tons of storage capacity, which has now come to 24 lakh metric tons of storage capacity. So a lot of good work that is being done in states like Telangana needs to be emulated, needs to be picked up as best practices by Niti Aayog and has to be shared with other states. When I say tourism, I just don't mean pleasure tourism. I mean medical tourism. I mean religious tourism. I mean adventure tourism. There are plenty of kinds of tourism. Today, in fact, large number of Buddhists across the world, from especially the Far East, China or all the Southeast Asian nations, there are a large number of people who actually practice Buddhism. We don't see them visiting India very often. We don't see them, I mean, the numbers are there, but I think it could be a lot more than what we get today in terms of our potential, in terms of being able to attract these tourists to India. It's huge. Likewise, some states like Madhya Pradesh, as you pointed out, Chhattisgarh, have leveraged their sanctuaries, have leveraged their adventure tourism potential, wildlife tourism potential, Kanha, Bandhavgarh, Pench, etc., etc. Honorable Prime Minister gave a call, for all of us as Indians also to visit as many locations as possible in our own country. I think that's something that we could do without really having to look for anybody else from outside. Opportunities such as these for states to, promote themselves, showcase themselves, I think exist, and we are 1.3 billion, if I may remind all of us. I think we have enough people in India to basically, among all of us, to be able to push this and take it up a notch. Secondly, even in terms of medical tourism, today healthcare has become extremely expensive. Anywhere in the world, you go to Middle East, you go to US or Europe or even Africa for that matter, is extremely expensive. A city like Hyderabad, in fact, I won't name a hospital, I won't name the private hospital, but this gentleman who was speaking to me some time back told me that he gets 100 crores worth of business from African nationals who actually come and visit him for healthcare reasons. This is one hospital in Hyderabad per month being able to do 100 crore business. Now imagine the potential if we actually put our minds together and attract people from Middle East, people from South Asia, people from possibly Far East, and also Southeast Asian countries and African countries. The numbers could be huge. What do we do to make it possibly easier for people to come in? I think we have to create, as part of the regional connectivity scheme, we have to create more airports. We have to make sure that air travel also becomes more affordable and better options connecting Indian cities to other countries, etc., etc. So all of these combined strategies will, I think, make an impact. But more importantly, like you pointed out, there are lot more things that we as states can also do. For instance, my state, the state of Telangana, while I could be boasting of all the good work we've done in various sectors, could we be doing more in tourism? Absolutely. I think we have a lot of heritage sites in Hyderabad, lot of heritage structures in Warangal, lot of heritage structures in other parts of Telangana, which can be showcased even more brilliantly. So yes, as a state government, I admit, our priorities also have to be realigned with the growth models that are all pervasive across the world today in terms of hospitality and tourism. And we could also be doing a lot more of good work even in manufacturing.
హైదరాబాద్లో దాదాపు 70 కిలోమీటర్ల పరిధిలో మెట్రో రైల్ సేవలను అందుబాటులోకి తెచ్చామని మంత్రి కేటీఆర్ అన్నారు. ఎల్ఎన్టీ సంస్థతో కలిసి చేపట్టిన అతిపెద్ద పబ్లిక్ ప్రైవేట్ పార్ట్నర్షిప్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ అని చెప్పారు. ఎల్ఎన్టీ కంపెనీ అందులో దాదాపు 20,000 కోట్ల పెట్టుబడులు పెట్టిందని తెలిపారు. కానీ బ్యాంకుల కన్సార్టియం నుంచి కేవలం 11% నిధులు మాత్రమే ఆ సంస్థకు అందాయన్నారు. భారత్లో చేపడుతున్న పలు ప్రాజెక్టులకు కెనడియన్ పెన్షనర్ల డబ్బు వినియోగిస్తున్నారని కేటీఆర్ చెప్పారు. అదే తరహాలో భారత్లో ఉన్న పెన్షనర్ల సొమ్మును వినియోగించేలా కేంద్రం ఎందుకు చొరవ చూపడం లేదని ప్రశ్నించారు. పర్యాటకం, సేవలు, ఆరోగ్యం, విద్యారంగాల్లో రాష్ట్రాలకు పూర్తి స్వేచ్ఛ ఇవ్వాలని కేంద్రాన్ని డిమాండ్ చేశారు. రాష్ట్రాలు ఎదిగితేనే దేశం వేగంగా అభివృద్ధి చెందుతుందన్న విషయాన్ని గుర్తించాలని సూచించారు.
We've just completed in Hyderabad the world's largest public-private partnership project in metro rail. L&T has invested nearly 20,000 crores of rupees into this project, and they've just completed 70 kilometers, and that has made us the second largest in India in terms of a city metro rail project. But the challenge has been, even for L&T, a company with the balance sheet of L&T, with the kind of reputation they have, they've only been able to get funds at 10% or 11% from the market, from a consortium of banks. Now, the question that we all should be asking ourselves is, today in India we have projects where a Canadian pensioner's money is being used. Canadian pension funds and other pension funds from across the world are coming here to India and investing in our infrastructure projects. Where is the Indian pensioners' money sitting? 17 lakh crores of rupees is sitting in banks in India for a meager interest amount. Now, why does government of India not make a bold move, promise the pensioners of this country, तुम्हारे पैसे महफूज हैं, आपके पैसे महफूज हैं, हम उसका जिम्मेदारी लेते हैं, बस हमें इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में इन्वेस्ट करने का एक मौका दीजिए और हम आपको सूद समेत पैसा आपको वापस देंगे. ये काफी नहीं क्या? कर नहीं सकते हैं क्या? We need some bold fiscal reforms. We need some serious decisions coming from government of India. We expected that. A lot of us who want to see this country just growing and growing in size like never before, growing at a speed like never before, unfortunately limping its way because of the fact that our decision makers are not able to take decisions quick enough. India is a union of states. If India has to grow, आपको याद रखना चाहिए, stronger the states, stronger the country. Faster the states grow, faster the country grows. By extension, by logic. But unfortunately, that congruence is missing even between center and states. You mentioned education as a state subject. Unfortunately, it's not. Education, agriculture, health. मैं कह रहा हूं, मैं पूछ रहा हूं, इनको concurrent list में क्यों रखना चाहिए? Why don't you leave it to a state? For the reason why I say this, तेलंगाना का लिटरेसी लेवल कहीं है, केरला का कहीं और है, बिहार का कहीं और है. आप हमें क्यों तय करने नहीं देते हो कि हमारा प्रायोरिटी क्या होना चाहिए? Why should government of India indulge in areas where its interference may not be pertinent or necessary? Health में हमारा प्रायोरिटी कुछ और हो सकता है, मेघालय का प्रायोरिटी कुछ और हो सकता है. Why can't they really come into the Team India spirit and real spirit of cooperative federalism and delegate and empower states more? We are a federal republic, parliamentary democracy, where we can work together in congruence. Unfortunately, that's not happening. So therefore, access to capital, more empowering and delegating states more, and letting us align our priorities, letting us decide our priorities, I think that should be the focus for our nation, for our economy. And I think that is how we possibly can make expeditious progress.
పెట్టుబడులకు తెలంగాణ అనుకూలమైన ప్రాంతమని మంత్రి కేటీఆర్ అన్నారు. రాష్ట్రంలో పెద్ద ఎత్తున ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేయాలని పారిశ్రామికవేత్తలను కోరారు. అటు కాలానుగుణంగా మారుతున్న టెక్నాలజీ అనేక సమస్యలకు పరిష్కారం చూపుతుందని కేటీఆర్ అన్నారు. 2020వ సంవత్సరాన్ని తెలంగాణ ప్రభుత్వం ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ ఇయర్గా ప్రకటించిందని గుర్తు చేశారు. సామాన్య ప్రజలకు సాంకేతికత ఉపయోగపడాలి అన్నదే సీఎం కేసీఆర్ ఆకాంక్ష అన్నారు. సామాన్యులకు అందని టెక్నాలజీ నిరర్ధకమని కేటీఆర్ చెప్పారు.
My earnest appeal to you is, of course, I want you all to invest in Telangana, invest more in Telangana. That's my fiduciary responsibility. But I would also appeal and I would also urge you all to think about the fact that we are in 2020, we are talking AI, we are talking all kinds of cutting edge technologies, emerging technologies. I think the time has come for all of us, to decongest our metros and to take some part of our business, hive some part of our business and take them to tier 2 and tier 3 locations. I think this is the right way of ensuring that our infrastructure doesn't crumble fast and even your cost competitiveness with respect to competing with the world will remain intact, and even our rural economies and suburban economies and tier 2 and tier 3 economies also shape up well. I think that's one of the things that NASSCOM can possibly look at and can possibly work with us. The second thing I would say, I think large number of challenges that India faces as a country today, technology can be a fantastic solution provider. In fact, our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri KCR ji, never fails to remind me. Whenever I talk to him about robotics or whenever I talk to him about AI and how Telangana has declared this year as the year of AI, he only asks me one question. What is the societal impact of this technology that you're talking about? This is the only question he asks me. If we are making technologies, creating technologies which do not have a larger societal impact, in my opinion, they are futile. Because unless they have solved a real world problem, I think our technologies will fail us. And a country like India cannot afford that. Especially with the Indian industry leaders here, IT industry leaders here, I would appeal to you, I would request all of you to work with us on providing more robust healthcare solutions, on providing more solutions for our young children, especially in rural and suburban areas. I think these are the areas if we can work on. Of course, governments can continue to invest in infrastructure, creating enabling ecosystem, making it easy for you to do business and ease of doing business, quality of living. These are all the things governments can do. But what can industry do? I think you can provide us solutions in the agriculture sector. If you can use AI and a combination of ML and tell a farmer exactly the kind of pest he's looking at in his crop and how he can get a quick fix solution without even having to consult an agriculture extension officer or a scientist. Now you would have made his day and you would have actually helped a farmer find a real world solution. So these are the things I think technology and technologists and IT industry as an industry can play a large role in. And I'm absolutely hopeful that Indian industry will come to the rescue and will come to the aid of our children who are deprived of good education, of our people who need better healthcare facilities, and of course, our farmers who need more real-world solutions.
ముంబైలో జరిగిన ఈ కార్యక్రమానికి పలువురు పారిశ్రామికవేత్తలు, ఐటీ కంపెనీల ప్రతినిధులు, ఇతర ప్రముఖులు హాజరయ్యారు. వారితో ప్రత్యేకంగా భేటీ అయిన మంత్రి కేటీఆర్ రాష్ట్రంలో పెట్టుబడుల అవకాశాలను వివరించారు. వ్యాపారవేత్తలు, పరిశ్రమలకు కల్పిస్తున్న సౌకర్యాలను తెలియజేశారు. ఇది వాళ్ళ స్పెషల్ రిపోర్ట్. స్టే విత్ us.